What is up, squad? Back in the car, back to the same outfit, brother. I think I just want to talk about, hopefully this doesn't shake too much, but I just want to talk about anger today. And it's just kind of ridiculous that how much it can affect you. And I wanted to tie this into, so I've read Meditations by Marcus Aurelius, and this has definitely been said before, but how emotions are, the concept that he was bringing, the Greek philosopher brought up, is that the emotions are gods, right? And it was mentioned in the book, you know, we're always asking, if you're religious or just however, whatever you want from your life, if you ever sit down and think about it, we're always asking for something, you know, like, give me joy, give me them, give me money, give me this car, give me this experience. But it was talking in the book, if we do believe in the gods and we do believe that they're all powerful, why don't we ask them to take away some of our negative emotions? Especially when it's like inappropriate to be having them. There's some conflict. I have some personal conflict with that, because I do think that your emotions also help you regulate. They help indicate when maybe you need to do something, or something needs to happen, something needs to change. I think he meant in the sense of like when you know it's unjustified anger or an unjustified emotion. But excuse me, I'm sitting now after I had gotten a little angry at someone, and nothing too crazy, but just like raised tone. And like, was it justified? Yeah, I feel like it was justified, but it's such a ugly emotion that can just grip you sometimes. And I think back about times where it was unjustified, and just how bad you're feeling afterwards. Because if you have any kind of a conscience and you do get angry, especially at someone that didn't deserve it, in this situation it wasn't like anything. It wasn't anything. It wasn't me going off on them. I feel like it was a pretty equally justified interaction or exchange. And it wasn't like, it didn't become uncivil, but it just like, it brought me back to the times where it had been uncivil, and how it's just, the regret that anger can leave you is just nasty. The aftertaste, I guess the come down, when that spirit has now left you, is just, and you're in your right state of mind. You start reflecting. It makes you feel bad. I felt bad. I didn't want to have that kind of interaction with this individual. I didn't want that. Going back to the Meditations book, try, after reading this, it's like something I've tried to do, and it's obviously hard because everyone's got stuff going on in their lives, but it said in there, I'm gonna butcher it, the quote, but it said, there should always be that look in another person's eyes that they are there to assist or help you in your life. That was the main premise of what the saying was. You know what I think I'll do? I'll either leave the actual line in the description, or like I'll put it in the comments for you for you guys to watch or to look at. But I was like, how true is that? Like, and then it made me think about, like, how did my eyes look this time? Like, I think that's why maybe it might have stayed civil, because, like, I think we both knew we were just frustrated with each other, but, like, we're still trying to obviously work to make the situation better. And then drawing back to another piece of information, or something that, this is Jocko Willink out here, but he mentioned that, you know, you've always been told, like, if someone makes you angry, if something can make you angry, it's like they have a leash on you, they're controlling you. And I guess, like, in this case, that applies, but it's also like you had succumbed to an emotion. And I think there's a difference between feeling and then succumbing to it. And I definitely succumbed, was overwhelmed by the emotion by like 10% or 20. More than I would have liked, and more than I normally try to let have happen, yeah. Again, channeling this back into the fucking workout channel. I'm making something for a workout to where it's actually like you see some of the working out stuff. But there's a lot like in the works right now, so, but there will be a workout video specifically tailored to that. But this is also, I'm tying it back in because I do think, you know, going to the gym and releasing those emotions, whether it be sad, anger, stress, I'm trying to think of the word, but like even like hopelessness, because you did something, you know. And I think I said this in the first video, if whoever's watched it, it was god awful. That shit was filled this way, brother. Oh my god. Still good info in there, but the going to the gym, even when you feel any of those kind of emotions, like, action leads to answers, bro, or ma'am. Action leads to answers, and it's not always easy to control those emotions, but it's a lot easier to control a smaller amount that is built up over time. And I think that's why, especially getting into the physical, it's good to do that every day, because then you're not emptying the dam, or emptying all the water that the dam's holding, but you're at least draining it out consistently to where it just doesn't flow over. Because you never know when there's gonna be a lot more pressure than you were expecting. So yeah, quick TED Talk. Not TED Talk, but key points. You feel bad, if you let anger take over you, you'll feel the regret after you come back to a calmer state. Number 2, you should always have in your eyes that you were there to help the other individual, even if they are getting on your nerves, or if there's some disagreement. Like, that's what every human being should have. Strive for that. Number 3, if someone makes you mad, they're controlling you. And then number 4, blanking on it. Oh, number 4, having your anger control you is weakness on your part. Yeah. And then the one beautiful thing is, like, if you do believe in God or the universe, maybe in that moment, if you're able to gather yourself, ask the universe or God to remove anger or those negative emotions out of your life. I'll catch you guys on the next one. Much love. Safe travels. Thanks for watching. Peace.